Salutations, fellows! It's time to fashion the stone to cap off the tomb of the month of February. And to do that with, I've got a few little sort of oddities and rarities here to show you this time. First up is a little slew of completely randomly sudden appearance sort of bot shop. Basically, all these that I'm about to show you, I remember seeing at the toy fair of last year when they were going to be all new things. And when Botshots was looking like it was going to go on strong for another full year, and we were going to get ones like Soundwave and Rom the Space Knight for some reason. And of course none of those actually showed up anywhere. Until now. No, don't get your hopes, I haven't got a Rom the Space Knight to show you, but I do have some good stuff that was shown off there that genuinely didn't look like it was going to come out anywhere, and personally I haven't seen it anywhere. I haven't known it's come out anywhere in the world. So for me to have this stuff, it's pretty special. And if you want some yourself, all you got to do is go to a TK Maxx, because these two sets that I've got here came from two separate stores on either end of the country. So it's a good bet that if you roll into yours, you might find something good. I know there aren't that many people out there who really like bot shots, but this message is basically going to Bubs and Ed. So, you know, you want some new bot shots, you go to TK Maxx, yeah? First up, I've got a few which were cited by Dale, the Evo Changer. At least that's his name on Twitter. I can't remember if he's changed his YouTube name to that. But he put some pictures up saying, look at these weird things of any TK Maxx, all these different TF stuff that some of it was genuinely stuff that I hadn't seen before. And then amongst them were these bot shots. And I was like, I have to have them. Oh, can you go back and get them? And he did. And now they're here and they're mine, and I'm rather happy. How can I hold these? Oh, how do I hold all these batcha? So here we have Optimus, Cindersaur and Jazz. Yeah, this was a set which, to be honest, I didn't really want that much when I first saw pictures of it. I didn't really want either of these sets that much, but now knowing that they are so rare, something just drove me to seek them out and get them, and I'm happy that I did, because they are some of the best bot shots I've got. So let's have a look at them. We've got See-Through Jazz, who is a bit sort of odd. Surely if any bot was going to be completely clear like this, it should be Mirage. But whatever, I guess, you know, Jazz is only ever silver or white, so if you're going to make those colours translucent somehow, then you make them clear, I expect. So yeah, he's cool. I quite like him just because he's so totally nothing but light piping, and you can see all his workings inside, and yeah, he just feels cool because he's like a crystal version. I don't have a regular Jazz bot shot, but I might try and get one now, because looking through all this clear stuff, which of course is quite hard to pick out detail from, but looking through that I can see that this would make a nice little bot shot for Jazz. Yeah, the car mode just feels right, because of course it's got a massive spoiler, and the little grill stuff is all here, so yeah, maybe Jazz is a good little one to have as a bot shot. But of course I've got a see-through one, it's better than yours. Next we have Cindersaur. Who's of course one of those G1 crap Firecons, who's just seems to be a new name that they chuck on Beast Guys now, just to try and redeem the fact that those old 80s ones were so rubbish. I think this time though, instead of being a repaint of some sort of Ripper Snapper looking one, I think he's a repaint of a Skystalker one, judging by the sort of rib cage stuff he's got on his chest and the face, and when you fold him up, yeah, he makes a weird looking beast car. We'll get into that in a minute. But he's got all the sort of circular things and these wingy bits. Yeah, it looks like Skystalker. It's got all those little details that he had. I like this funny alt mode. Yeah, it is essentially just a car that looks like a dragon. It hasn't got really any legs. It's just got some claws at the front here. And it's just, yeah, it's so silly, isn't it? Just rolling along these wheels, but it's meant to be a dragon. But I really like it. There's something really nice about the shape, and it's like some sort of crazy Disneyland bumper car. And it's of course 100% Cindersaur, because it's just a purple and yellow thing with a beak. But yeah, all in all, I really like him. There's a nice lot of detail here, and it just feels good. Yeah, nice. Next up we have Optimus. Who is a lovely little rendition of Cybertron Optimus Prime. This is a real reason I wanted this set, because, well, when pictures came out, I wanted this bot shot, because it's just excellent. And there is a single pack version. I don't really know if that came out or how it's different to this one, but I can basically say that this little truck is a perfect little rendition, lovely little scale down of the gigantic big leader class thing from Cybertron. It's got all the detail on it, all the little panels and stuff on the truck, it's all here. But it's a bot shot, it's crazy. I mean, yeah, the back end shouldn't be all blue like this. Maybe the single pack one has a proper accurate colour scheme, I don't know. Doesn't make any difference to me because it's so Cybertron heavy that, oh, I love it. Can we have more random Unicron trilogy stuff like this, please, Hasbro? I think the thing I like the best, though, is just, really, it's a little touch that you'd only really notice if you were a fan of the old Cybertron Optimus Prime, and it's that this end of the cannon on this side becomes a gun he holds, just like the old big figure, but it's on a bot shot. Flawless. This little robot mode is pretty nice. Yeah, it's all really sort of super deformed, and you could make the argument that you've got the whole truck turning into just the normal robot. It's not the super robot, but whatever, I don't care. It's Cybertron Optimus Prime. It could be anyone else because you can see his mouth, but he's got that weird thing across his nose. Yes, he is a winner. So there was that first set, and then the day after I got that through the post, I managed to go out and find another TK Maxx that's relatively near to me, and while I was digging through all the stuff, there was quite a bit of Transformer stuff there, I have to say. A few Prime figures, big Beast 5, Predator King, and some other bot shops bits. I had sort of given up hope and thought, oh, I'm not going to find the other set in this wave, until I went to walk away, and then out of the corner of my eye I spied behind some other guff the actual set I was there looking for. I think I did a bit of a victory air punch in the middle of that shop, because now I have Cup, Scourge, and Blitzwing as well. Let's start off with Blitzwing. He is, well, he's just a repainted Brawl, you know, done in see-through purple, but he is see-through purple. Oh, it looks so good. I mean, it's not really Blitzwing at the end of the day, is it? It's not going to be a triple changer. He only turns into a tank, but it's a see-through purple tank. Oh, it's so sexy. But it totally doesn't look like him, does it? But I don't care. It's a Blitzwing bot shot. It's a see-through purple tank. It just oozes niceness. Then we got Cup. He is just a repaint of the spin around Ironhide that I've already got, but to be honest, I think it works. I mean, of course, Cup is just a repaint of Ironhide these days, but the way I see it, we don't get enough Ironhide, we don't get enough Cups, so having that sort of solves both those problems. I mean, if we're going to get more Cups, then it means we'll get more Ironhides, and if we get more Ironhides, it means we get more Cups, so it's a win-win situation, I think, really, nothing bad there. It works. He's a sort of, you know, turquoise truck, and all the bot mode stuff is really as it should be, you know. You can sort of make the bit that spins around his chest look like a window, and he's got gold bits, and his face doesn't really look much like Ironhide in this colour scheme, it still looks like Cup, so I'm fine with that. And then we have Scourge! Who is Cybertron Scourge? Yes, more Unicron trilogy goodness in bot shot form. Although I'm still waiting for my hot shot one, Hasbro. Yeah, this couldn't be anyone else. Look at it. He's even got, although you probably can't see through the camera resolution, he's even got little teeth poking up at the sides of his mouth. This is just so quintessentially super deformed Jungle Planet leader bloke. It's got all the little details like the sort of skirt that he'd have and the weirdly curved toenails. It's all there. And it's a bot shot. It's great. Again, like the Optimus one, I think there's a single pack version of this, but it isn't the sort of Cybertron colour scheme. He's got like an orange head and he's all grey and nah, it doesn't look right. This is the proper Cybertron Scourge bot shot and I like him. Fold him up and you get more of a crazy sort of dragon themed bumper car look. Yeah, at least this one's a bit better because it's actually got feet sculpted in everywhere, but it's still just a car made to look like a dragon. Can't really change that, can you? But he's got nice shiny talons and, you know, he's so Scourge because he's got these weird knobbly bits that are like horns instead of wings here. All the detail is exactly as you would expect and evokes nothing but Cybertron Scourge. Even looks rather angry. So there we have it, a nice little lot of rare bot shots that really in hindsight I kind of think, why did I buy them? But yeah, they are some of the best bot shots I've got, I think. Maybe just because they're so rare, or at least they feel rare to me, you know. I don't know if they came out anywhere else, like in America maybe they're more widespread, maybe they're not rare, but to me it feels good because they feel like illustrious, prestigious, hard to find items, and that makes them just occupy a bit of a higher peg in my little Bot Shots collection, I suppose. Well, this does make me think though, how does TK Maxx's buying in policy work? I mean, surely most of their stuff is just overstocked from other shops, but when these haven't come out anywhere in the first place, where have they come from? It's all a bit of a mystery. So with the Bot Shots out of the way, let's move on to BotCon. Yes indeed, I hold in my hands here my very first BotCon exclusive-y sort of box set bloke. This comes to me from Mr. The Glaug over on Twitter. I'm pretty sure that's the name he uses on like the Cybertron customizing forum and all that sort of thing. He makes some really good 3D printed stuff for customs because he's currently making a Thunderclash out of an old KO Classics Ultra Magnus, and it looks so good because he's made new feet and hands and a head and everything for it. What I have here though is the BotCon Thunderclash. Yes, 2009 Wings of Honor, I think, Thunderclash. First off, I paid quite a bit for him, and we're not going to mention that again because I really don't like to think how much I paid for this. Moving on, he's just a repaint of Energon Rodimus. I guess it's advantageous that I like that mould, so you know, I quite like that. I like his design with the sort of big gold feet and the big kneecaps, and the paintwork is pretty darn nice. Of course, no one else has a colour scheme like this, so it's not really going to be anyone but Thunderclash, but I think it still evokes enough of it in a really sort of nice way. He's got the sort of eagerly thing on his chest. He's got a really nice blue noggin with a gold face. Yeah, he just feels nice. But I have to say, some of his joints are like a tad loose, and the plastic itself, I know it's not yellowed because it's exactly uniformly toned everywhere, but it keeps tricking my eyes because it's this sort of slightly distasteful cream shade that makes me think, has it yellowed? I can't tell, it doesn't look right, it looks like it's made out of cheese. So there's a little bit of a downside to it there, but I've got to say, I'm happy to have him. It feels good to have a nice sort of BotCon-y figure like this. It's the first one I ever got. I mean, to be honest, I never really wanted any. Every year when BotCon comes along, I look at the exclusive stuff that turns up in the box sets and all that and think, it's okay, that's quite a cool use of that mould, that's a rubbish use for that mould. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, I'm never going to get any of them. But here I have one, and I'm happy that it's this one. Because A, I've become a bit of a Thunderclash fanboy since the hype wave of More Than Meets the Eye 22 hit everyone. But B, I think there is something nice about this particular rendition of this figure. But really it does all come down to, I like Thunderclash now, especially when, thanks to TF Wiki, I found out that this particular Thunderclash is supposed to have a posh Southern English accent. So he talks like one of those chaps down at the cricket club, you know? Oh yes chaps, oh. Tally-ho, back in time for tea. And of course he's the only modern reimagining of Thunderclash, if you don't count the little Cyberverse Optimus Prime that I've got. And while that's nice, I would still kill for a proper, like, new generations Voyager Thunderclash, yeah. I would build up a collection of Thunderclashes. I would have a G11 by now. I've been looking at a few on eBay, but I don't want one that crumbles to dust in my hands, so this was the Thunderclash to go for if I wanted a proper big Thunderclash, and I'm happy I've got him, yes. So there you have it for this week, and the month of February. That's all done and out of the way. Let's move on, because soon, hopefully, I'll have some more of those building videos I've been teasing up, because I've already acquired a couple of things to be building, so hopefully, once I've actually summoned the will to get them out, put the camera on, build them, might have to buy some new batteries for the camera, actually. So you should be seeing more along those lines of entertainment quite soon, but until then, be excellent to each other.